In many ways, nepotism can be a great thing. But in the case of Bronny James, thanks to his father, that same nepotism could very well set him up for an epic fall. Let's talk about it. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Skinny Hardaway, and this is Retro Heat Check. Checking in one more time for the real hoop heads out there. And as you already know, thank you all for your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, your comments, the questions. Keep those questions coming. Fellas, I challenge you. I'm definitely challenging you. The ladies have definitely been showing you guys up lately with the questions. They've been coming with it. My fellas, I know y'all ain't gonna let that be the reason y'all get outdone in the hoop head haven. So I'm gonna need for y'all to step up, man. Represent for the fellas with the questions, man. But definitely I appreciate all the questions and stuff each and every Wednesday. Q&A with Skinny. Last night's Q&A session was probably one of my favorites. Definitely a question that was very provocative and very thought-provoking and really had me really on my toes on that one. So definitely appreciate the participants in last night's Q&A session. Thank you all. Thank you, Miss Kimberly Mason. Thank you. But yeah, fellas, y'all need to step up. Yeah, I say y'all having people fresh into the haven, putting up some banging questions. So fellas, step it up. Cam, Rudermer, Hayden, all y'all. You know what I'm saying? Chucky, y'all better step it up. All my fellas, y'all better step it up. But anyways, man, let's get on with the video, man. Big shout outs to the squad. You already know what it is, man. My brothers in arms. I stand 10 toes down with them in the paint. We all come from all different walks of life, all different styles and approaches to the game. We may have different views at times, but at the end of the day, we all stand on the same side. We all stand on truth. We all bang on these fanboys in these fanboy channels and these fanboy media personalities. We go at them the same. So as long as you stand on truth, nobody can beat you. Always remember that. Big shout outs go out to Sports and Fitness Rants, my brother, Uncommon Sense, Scap Attack, Uncommon, my bad, Uncut Hoops, Angry Old Hoops. Big shout outs. Michael Jordan fans are the best. NNB Sports TV, Geechee Life Sports Talk, Ticket TV, Dreamers Pro TV, my twin, Phenomenal Fitness. Big shout outs to you. Man Down Sports, Prince Sports, Kobe Bryant Film Room. Check it out. Check his channel out. Real good channel. The Real Mind Crime. Check him out. Shekel Storm NBA, my guy. Definitely get in tune with him. NBA Fact Self Research. Good brother. The Allen Ricks TV. Shout outs. Man. And Jordan versus LeBron. Definitely can't forget about him. Definitely tune into his channel if you guys aren't hip and in tune. He's definitely out here doing his thing. So big shout outs to the squad. Big shout outs to you guys, man. Definitely representing for the truth, you know what I'm saying, and standing on the right side of things. Definitely shout outs to all you guys, man. And if you guys aren't hip, get over there, man. Give their channels a chance. Tell them Skinny sent you. You already know. We didn't have anybody to add into the hoop head haven tonight, so we won't be opening any doors. Doors will be closed tonight. This is a closed session. tonight. So we just gonna dive right on into the video. We're gonna try to make this brief because yesterday's Q&A session was pretty lengthy for the usual video links. But I definitely have fun. But we're gonna try to shorten it up today. But we'll see how it goes. But man, you already know what it is, man. As the draft is coming up, all eyes seem to be on a guy who's not going to be the first pick of the draft. Um, you know, not coming into the league with blockbuster highlights or a can't or coming in as a can't miss prospect. No, it's just that this guy is the son of is the son of the quote unquote GOAT. Uh, the goat, the false goat, the fake goat, or as Uncommon Sense would call him, the deer. But yeah, all eyes are on on Bronny James, LeBron James Jr., Bronny James. Um, it's an exercise that is becoming very annoying very quickly for me because we are evaluating a prospect who is clearly not ready, clearly has not shown anything that in his past season that has shown that he's ready for the NBA, that he can score, defend, rebound, whatever, that he's actually worth a draft pick, actually worth putting in your rotation and giving minutes to later on in during the season. Um, I just don't understand it, but I do understand it. It's all because of his dad, LeBron, and throughout this whole process, I just see a setup just coming down the line potentially. I see a potential, more than likely, setup going on, and it's all thanks to LeBron. He orchestrated all this. He will be the mastermind of this, and he will also be the one who will have to take the blame when this all falls down. Right now, it's potentially going to be a cute news story for for a few, maybe a few days, maybe even a couple of weeks. But then once the real bullets start flying in that NBA season, Daddy can't protect you. Daddy can't protect you out there on that floor. He can only do so much. Because I just feel like with LeBron James' past comments talking about his Bronny could play in the NBA right now. He's better than a lot of my teammates, and he's better than a lot of dudes in the league, and this and that and this and that. You're just basically throwing you're throwing a raw steak in the Rottweiler cage. You feel me? It's like you're gonna have a whole lot of guys wanting to prove their point on Bronny James. You're gonna have a whole lot of people who are going to be looking for him to fail. You're going to be having media people that are ready to pounce on him in every little thing that he does. I just think that he's just not equipped. He's not ready. And I think that his dad's ego is the driving force behind this foolishness. This is a kid who obviously needs more coaching, needs more developing. He needs to actually show that he can actually play on the level that he's leaving, because he really didn't show enough. I mean, uh, he didn't show enough, and this is all ego. This is all ego play by LeBron, and unfortunately, this kid is going to be, well, this young man. I try not to say kid, but I know it still comes out from time to time. But this young man, I think he's set up for a fall that is going to be just, it could potentially be epic. It could be something that people will look back and probably make a 30 for 30 about. You never know, because just the dynamic of being the face of the NBA for so long, his son being the son of the guy who was the face of the NBA for 20 years, damn near. Um, it's that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure already on a young man who's trying to follow in his father's footsteps. So now you gotta try to be just as great as your father. Meanwhile, your father ran his mouth, so now he's gonna have half the league, if not more, ready to tear your head off and kick it into the seventh row. You have you have people in the media that some will coddle, but there's going to be surprisingly quite a few that are going to go in, and I think they're going to constantly bang that drum until it becomes a narrative, until it becomes damn near truth amongst the fans. Um, I really think that this is a pure example of nepotism. I think it's a case of nepotism potentially to go wrong. I just the odds are just too strong that this is not going to work. Um, I mean, LeBron, he can do all the maneuvering that he wants, but once you get inside those lines, it's put up or shut up, and the game will expose you real quick if you're a fraud or not. As we can see, LeBron has already been exposed as a fraud, and the game did it. We didn't have to put any accusations on him. We didn't have to do anything. We just let him play basketball, and it told the truth about him. Just shut up and just let him play basketball. His game will speak. His game will speak to you. And it told us that this guy is not that guy. I've been saying he's not that guy. And his son, unfortunately, is not that guy coming out of USC. He was not the guy at USC. He was not the guy. I mean, he probably hadn't been the guy since Sierra Canyon. And that team was very stacked, so it's kind of hard to even know who was the man on that team. Yeah, he had the bigger name, but did he have the bigger game? Because there was quite a bit of talent on that team at the time that he was there. Um, but it's just so sad that this kid is going to have to endure suffering brought upon him by his dad running his mouth. I mean, you know, I understand, wanting to put your son out there, and you want to put your son at a level, and you want to make him the biggest and the best and the brightest. You want him to be that. You want him to be all that. So you're going to pump him up. You're going to pump up, in your mind as a father. I'm sure I'm not a father, so I can only guess. Um, but it's like you want your kid to be greater than you. So even some parents, they are out there, they will sell their kid. Their kid may not be as great, as talented, but they will sell their child. And this is what LeBron James is doing. He's selling Bronny, and I think that he's selling him out in all essence. He's selling him out. And in hindsight, we will look back and say, hey, this was all LeBron James and his ego's fault. Um, because I really definitely feel that this young man is going to, unfortunately, his road is going to be more rockier than the average rookie, um, because you're going to have he just has so many expectations that's put upon him unfairly, but it comes with it. It comes with it. This is one of the unfortunate truths about being a famous athlete's son. You know, um, I mean, you can look at King Griffey Jr.'s son. You can look at shoot any athlete's son, Karl Malone's son. You can look at uh, 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 shoot, you can look at Michael Jordan's sons. Even though they actually had better stats than what Bronny James had, actually, in particular Marcus, I think he averaged 8-9 points a game, something like that. At UCF, I think he had a bigger impact on the school than what Bronny did, because I mean he literally turned UCF from an Adidas school to a Jordan/Nike school. That's the main reason why UCF is a Nike school. It's thanks to Marcus and Jeffrey refusing to wear Adidas. Um, that was pretty much their college careers in a nutshell. Because I mean, they were very forgettable, but you didn't see Michael Jordan throwing his weight around. Throwing his weight around to get his sons to take up 2 roster spots that they didn't earn and they don't deserve, because they're just not as talented as guys that really are like that out there on the court. And Mike loved the game. He loves the game too much, and he loves his sons too much to send them out there to be set up to be embarrassed, to embarrass him, to embarrass the Jordan name. And I think that's what LeBron James. I don't think he really cares about that. I think he just cares about the simple fact that that the Jameses will be up there with the Griffeys. In you know what I'm saying, as far as father son playing on the same team at the same time, you know, and all that, and actually getting significant minutes and all that good stuff. But I just feel like uh, if LeBron James had the approach uh, as Michael had with his sons, um, LeBron would be telling his son to go back to school and work on your game. If you love the game, work on the game. If you want to be at the top level, you gotta work to get there. You gotta put in the work. You gotta get up early in the morning. You gotta stay late at night, putting in that work. You know, um, but I think that LeBron James, like I said, this is the ego. This is just his ego at play. He thinks that if he lets this little trinket of an accomplishment, the media is going to sap it up. They're gonna spread it around, and they're gonna make it seem like it's the greatest thing of all time. And when Bronny James checks into the game, and they're gonna make this big old scene. You're probably gonna hear some dramatic music coming on in the background as he checks into the game. Bronny probably does the powder thing. I don't know. I'm just messing on that one. But he's probably gonna check into the game. You got the dramatic music going on, the theatrics. LeBron's gonna give him a big hug, or he's gonna dap him up. They're gonna do something like secret handshake, something like that. Um, but yeah, it's just all for theatrics right now. This is what it is at this juncture, and unfortunately, for LeBron James, he is going to literally use his son as a pawn and sacrifice him instead of really giving him true fatherly advice and telling him to go back to school. The NBA can wait. Uh, Work on your game. So when you get opportunity to get into the league, you stand at a better chance to be in a situation um, where you can actually be a true factor on the team. Um, but I, unfortunately, LeBron, whatever LeBron James says goes. I mean, this is the same guy who, when Bronny had the heart issue, I mean, he pretty much sent out a tweet. I'm sure he checked on his son in between, but it just seemed like, from the outside looking in, it seemed like he just rushed his son right back out there. Didn't tell his son to take his time or anything. It was just like, man, we back at it, back to business. We can't let this stop us. And it's just almost as if LeBron is accelerating Bronny's progression, just to satisfy his ego, and that's very horrible to do, because Jordan, going back to Michael Jordan, Jordan would never have done this to his sons. He wouldn't put that pressure on his sons, because he knows what the pressure that he had to endure would be 10 times as greater on his sons than even himself. And I think LeBron has lost sight of that. I think LeBron really truly believes that Bronny will breeze through the NBA. the way that he's talking him up, the way that he goes about doing his quotes and just basically just how he's approaching this draft. He's definitely he's definitely in his ego bag right now. He's definitely he sees that the plan, the plot is finally going to come to fruition, and it's going to be the Lakers or whatever team decides to draft Bronny James in hopes of getting LeBron. Um, yeah, I mean, man, I just definitely feel for Bronny because of what potentially could happen and what more than likely is going to happen. Yeah, this is definitely nepotism going wrong on the way. It is definitely looking like it looks like that's on the horizon, and unfortunately, Bronny James is going to be definitely one of the latest victims to LeBron James' ego, um, and I think that it's going to be really sad, really sad, just to see it because it's like you're not caring about this kid's well-being for real. You're just throwing him out there to the wolves, and you know it's going to be rough. I hope and pray that he succeeds. I hope he gets past it and becomes the best player that he can be. Hey, shut me up, exceed expectations, shut a lot of people up. Go on to become just as great, if not greater, than your dad. Which isn't really saying a whole lot because I don't think LeBron James is as great as many people think he is. But I mean, it's definitely a when it comes to this whole Bronny James thing, it's just man, it's just like you're just watching a lamb being led to the slaughter, and you can't do anything about it. You're just watching them go right up that conveyor belt, and little does that that little sheep know that it's about to be annihilated. And unfortunately, that's what I think could potentially happen to Bronny James. I really definitely think that his basketball career could be annihilated, his confidence annihilated through the works of his father. So, I mean, that's just pretty much the gist of it. When as like I said, I'm not a father, but I just could not imagine willingly throwing that much pressure on my son. Maybe in the James household, maybe pressure is their love language. I don't know. But I mean, from the outside looking in, I think that it's going to be a rough road. It's going to be a rough road, and it's basically going to be Bronny James, the latest pawn on the chessboard for one LeBron James. And on that note, I am going to shut it on down. All my hoop heads out there, thank you all for coming to the Hoop Head Haven, checking in, tapping in with your boy. Already know what it is. Much love and respect to all of you. I want you all to go out there, love on the family, love on the babies, love on your loved ones. Tomorrow is definitely not promised. Man, be responsible, be respectful, have a clear mind and and good intentions in your heart. You can go far in this world. Be respectful, be responsible, be good citizens. Don't do nothing stupid. Um, and tomorrow we can reconvene right here in the Hoop Head Haven with your boy. And we can still talk some hoops. As you know, tomorrow, you already know what tomorrow is. Wear your sneakers Friday. No delays, no anything like that. No, I don't care if there's any kind of issues. You may get it. You may get the video Friday afternoon and maybe Friday night, maybe Saturday morning. However, the YouTube is doing this with me as far as like my uploading times and all that. It's been a struggle when it comes to uploading lately. But they're not gonna be deterred. As you can see, the videos are still coming. But definitely, man, check them out. Check me out. Big shout outs to all you guys. Like I said, man, be responsible, be respectful, be safe. We're going to continue this tomorrow. We'll wear your sneakers Friday. Man. And I'm just going to say this, man. It's your boy, Skinny Hardaway. And this is another episode of Retro Heat Check in the books. Man. And as you already know, I must leave you with these words. Peace. And wear your sneakers. Gotta love that green.